Lizzabitty. I hope those who are tuning in are well. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay? As you come in, please tell us where you are tuning in live from. Mad Kappa. Hi. Where are you tuning in from? And we're going to get started momentarily. If it's too noisy out here, let me know. We got Queens, we got Cali, we got the West Coast and the East Coast. I heard that. As you come in, please hit the like button. I know I have not really live for some time. We're going to get into that as well. We're going to have a conversation today about all of the shenanigans that these folks got going on. Oh yes, the mess. The mess. So we're going to have a talk. We are going to have a talk. But before we get started, let's talk about my absence and why I have not been posting as I normally do. Hey, T-Rich, how are you, my darling? I heard that. Excuse me. So let's get started. The reason why I have been away, it was actually going to be inevitable. It was actually going to happen eventually. I have had some personal tragedies happening in my life, and it took a toll on me, on my well-being as well. And so I needed a break. I still need a break. So I'm not fully there yet. So we have 6 people watching. Please get us to 6 likes because we only have 4 likes. Please. And part of that was me actually going back to the U.S. in December. If you saw, I was getting until. I'm going to sit in this chair. Let me turn off the light. Let me turn off the light. Okay, I'll sit in this chair right here. Chop it up for a bit so that we can chop it up. I am sorry about that. Okay. So, some personal tragedies. So anyway, I'm still not where I would like to be 100%, but slowly but surely. In addition to that, I am working on some things professionally that require a lot of my time up here. So when I'm doing stuff like that, I can't have a lot of distractions, okay? And so there's that. When I complete those, I'll tell you about it later. Now, if you saw the thumbnail, I'm sure you have an idea as to what we're going to talk about. What I noticed a lot of here on YouTube is that you do not have a lot of content creators who really get and delve into international relations. Okay? You have a few. And I'm not talking about the surface stuff. I mean drilling deep. One brother you have, his name is Kid Organic. I'll put his, when this ends, I'll put his link in the comment section. Okay? Another individual, her name is Rondale's Unpopular Opinion. Now, she touches on a lot of things, but when she does international topics, she drills deep. She has some personal documentaries of her own that she has made on Patreon. She does good work. So when this is over, I'll come back and I will put their information in the comment section. Okay? So, let me get started here. I have not gone in on one of these videos in quite some time. Okay? But what I see is happening is that, because I get notifications on my phone, whether I watch the videos or not, but what I do know is that a lot of these YouTubers are not drilling down into the deep. I'm not even going to go there. This is why it is important for us to, as melanated people, to keep the older versions of a set of encyclopedias. Why do I say that? Because the new versions are being whitewashed. A lot of the information in there is not being told as it was told like when we were children. So if you can get your hands on a set of World Book or back from the late 70s, I would say until 89. Get you a set, keep them in pristine condition, and never let them go. Never, ever, 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 ever. Because all that good stuff is getting ready to be wiped out. Now let me say this. Dr. John Henry Clark said we have no friends. Every person on planet Earth that looks like this, and all of the shades that we have, we're only friends to each other. The problem is that a few of us, a small sect of us, are on debauchery. Yes. Now, you know, I call folks out when they're wrong. So since a small portion of us is on debauchery, we will be used as tokens for the other side. That's a problem. What did Dessalines say about traitors? If you know what he said about traitors, type it in the box. I'm not going to say it. You type it in the box. Okay? So now that we are on the brink of the most vicious war known to mankind. Because this war is going to be different than all of the previous wars. The tactics that will be used, a lot of them have never been used before. One, we didn't have the technology prior to the other wars. And two, that man over there not playing. He bought that life. He tired of these people messing with him. He is tired of him. Now me, myself personally, I have no dog in the fight. I have no dog in the fight. You know why I have no dog in the fight? Where's the outrage that has been going on with a lot of these colonial masters who is still on that Kebulon pilfer regime? I don't see any of these YouTubers talking about that in great detail. In mass droves, like they're talking about the situation that's happening at this border with people that look like us. And folks going around saying, well, they're getting their way. Let me try to sit over. No, okay, I can't sit over there because you can't see what I have on my wall. The issue with that is, if you truly believe in karma, and you think that what a person puts out, they're going to get back, then it is what it is. But what we all need to understand is that we don't have any friends. We have no friends. We have none at all. It is not natural for us to take a side with what's going on. Let them people fight out their own stuff. You folks are taking allegiance with these people who have a history of NN and Neo, and you fill in the second word. How is that a benefit to us? That is not. That is a detriment. Because that means someone wants to eliminate us because of this beautiful hue, this gorgeous pigmentation that you see upon me. Okay? We don't have a dog in that fight. You all need to be minding your own business. Because when they are doing crap to us, people are not speaking out for us. People are not helping us. Us, this. I'm very clear about my intent. I have long said that we have to do for ourselves as a community. And until we get that ideology fully vested in our systems, within us, in every facet of our beings, we're never going to progress. And we can't expect others to get on our bandwagon either, because we don't do right by us anyway. We have to do better. We do a lot of shenanigans. We like a lot of pop culture and stuff that really is a drain on our brain, instead of enhancing ourselves intellectually. Yeah. As I always tell my friend, we love a lot of shiny shit. Yes. We love that stuff. But that doesn't help us. It doesn't help us at all. And so when you see what's happening over at that border, one, you should not be surprised. Why are you folks surprised when these people do stuff? The second caveat to that is, I have been long coming on here. If you've seen some of my older videos, I have 450 videos, I guess it is. Some of my stuff had been removed by you know who because of the tone and rhetoric. I have long said to continental Africans, you all have to be patriots in your own land. You cannot go elsewhere and give them all of your stuff, this and this, meaning your mind and your heart, and not be a patriot for your own land. You have universities that sit on the continent of Alkebulan that are ranked in the top 500 across the world. So why are you going across the water? You can go across the land. See, a lot of this stuff stems from our own personal self-hatred toward who we really are. But no one's going to delve into that. Keep your behind at home. Stay at home. And I don't want to hear about all this stuff with these leaders. Wherever there is no utopia. The only utopia you will ever find is when you leave planet Earth. And if you believe in the afterlife, then it is what it is. But you folk swear that you're leaving one horrid condition to go for something that looks greener across the water, and you see what you got. And there I say again, Dr. John Henry Clark said we had no friends. So you folk are playing. And a friend of mine triggered my memory yesterday when she sent me a quote from Dr. Amos Wilson. And you all know I talk about him as well. Have lots of his books. He went into a historical speech about Russia and how they never played any role in the colonialism that happened on Alkebulan. But y'all playing. We have no friends. We're supposed to be each other's friends, but we're too busy fighting over crap that is not to uplift us. The stuff that you folk are fighting over about this continental and I'm a black American, we are black. We're only friends to each other. It doesn't matter where you come from. I recognize that some of you folk don't realize that because you thinking that going across that water is better. And as I just told you, you have universities on the continent that are ranked in the top 500 universities across planet Earth. But you all want to go across that water. Keep your ass at home. Stay at home. Nigeria produces some of the best MDs in the world. In Nigeria. Not across the water. I don't want to hear nothing about this tribal stuff and blah, blah. I have long told you, you all have to get to the business. And that division stuff is not getting to the business. Getting to the business is being collective. You know, I do not call myself a Pan-Africanist, although people call me that. My thing is, as a collective, we have to get to the business, to get to the business, to get to the business. And being divisive over crumpets and minuscule crap is not going to help us. But you all still do it. And then you take your behind across that water, thinking that what you got over there is better. When there are hundreds and hundreds of folks in the diaspora who want to be from where you come from. Now you have to ask yourself, especially for the ones who do not have family members from these countries, unless they run a DNA test on themselves, or they are descendants of chattel slavery. Ask yourself, why do they want to come back to your homeland? Keep your ass at home. I'm gonna say this over and over again. Keep your ass at home. Now you may be saying, well, Lizzabitty, you're not at home. If I am a descendant of American slaves and sharecroppers, and as I've said on these many videos, I am not taking these tests. I'm fine with my hue. I'm clear-minded about where my ancestors come from. I'm good. I'm not trying to pinpoint this over here and this over there. Why? Because my allegiance is to the black man and the black woman, the black family. So you folk, again, do not want to stay at home and build up and fight to make things better for those who come behind you because you want to take your behind across that water. Stay your ass at home. I mean, it's real simple for me. Stay at home. Stay at home. One thing I will say about those of us who are from America, we understand the full tilt of white supremacy. Now, I don't talk about that a lot. However, I recognize that the system is globally. You can look at what has happened in all these countries. You can start from India and make you a circle all the way around the world and then come back up from the bottom to see what it has done globally to people who do not share the same hue. But you all want to go across that wall. Keep your ass at home. You think, oh, I know. The white man's ice is colder. Ooh, it is cold. This is colder than mine. It's colder than yours. It's colder than your neighbors. It's colder than everyone's. Yeah? You need to stay at home. Being a patriot is about laying your own self on the line for the land in which you come. And one thing about the West, what it does in terms of patriotism and indoctrination, from the time you enter school, you are going to be indoctrinated into what it means to be a patriot. And the problem with our continental brothers and sisters, the bulk of them are not patriots. You got to be a patriot for your own homeland. And you need to keep your ass at home. Now, I understand that the propaganda machine and what it does, it is very, very powerful. And so it is like a serpent and very enticing. It comes in many cloaks and it makes you want to go there because it looks so fine and shiny. Remember I just said earlier, because we love some shiny shit. Keep your ass at home. Work out the problems you got at home. And then again, ask yourself, Why, oh, why are all these folks from the West who likely have not done any of these DNA findings, etc., are wanting to move onto the continent? Ask yourself. It's very simplistic. Now, I say, okay, you move where you want to move. But recognize when you do that, Dr. John Henry Clark said we have no friends. And I'm not saying that there is a utopia amongst all melanated folks, because there's not, because some of you folk are on a bunch of debauchery. Yeah, you want to keep division going. And division does not help us as a people. All it does is make the divide that much greater. But keep your ass at home. As a person that has been to so many countries and observing different things that go on, I'm not shocked. I have my own stories and testimonies. I shared one a few months ago on the live I did. I think I was at the airport. So stuff goes on. I am not oblivious to that. I've had my own experiences at all, but that does not define who I am. And it should not define who you are. It doesn't define who I am, and it should not define who you are. Excuse me. But one thing, we love a lot of mess, and we love a lot of shiny shit. We need to get off of it. And ask yourself, think of historics, why what's happening is happening. And then keep your ass at home. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I remember being a kid and my mother would leave or whatever, and she would say, you better not go out of this house. You better keep your ass in this house. But you all are letting propaganda make you think that other places are better than your own homeland. And so you abandon where you are because the illusion of your mind has said something to the contrary. Keep your ass at home. Like, for real, stay at home. And that goes for all of us across the globe who are thinking that per se going over here with, when you are like the minority percentage of a population, is far better than where you come from, and that is full of beautiful black folks. Because I love me some black people. We are some of the most dynamic. We have some of the finest men, some of the most handsome men. We have ingenuity. We are clever. We are articulate. We are sexy. But until you feel that way about yourself and your tribe, you'll keep doing some of the same old mess that you're doing. Yeah. Let me read some of these comments. But keep your ass at home. Stop going somewhere else thinking that the man's ice is cold. Because that's going to lead you down a road of treachery. And all these folks doing all this talking, I'm trying to see where are all of the videos from these same folk who are talking about what's going on and how they stand with this one and that one, when the folks was messing with the people in Mali and over there in Burkina Faso. See, you all are not addressing it. The real issue is, why weren't you saying anything about that? But you over here pledging allegiance to people who don't even look like you. Y'all had better stop. Are you serious? Really? Where were these nations during the civil rights era when all the black folks in America were being gunned down and put down with water hoses and dogs, etc.? Where were these folks then? They were saying nothing. Because what they probably were saying without talking, here, that's what they get. Look what's happening to the Aboriginals in Australia. I mean, where is the outrage? But you all concerned about these people over here? That ain't none of your damn business. I'm sorry. That's not your business. Recognize, I understand that some of you folk have careers in international development, blah, 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 blah. That's a job. Don't ever conflict the job with your own personal beliefs. You need to keep them separate. See, I'm old school, but the elders taught me, you leave your personal alone. Take your business to that job that pays you. But some of you folk like to conflate the two. And then you be on these people's jobs discussing your personal ideology about mess that's... Ooh. Keep your ass at home. But some of you folk who work in international development and all this stuff, you shouldn't even be conflicted about it. That ain't none of your business. None. I mean, I can go down countless instances on the continent, and some of these same folk who on here talking about their allegiance to this one and to that one, you folks have not said anything. And primarily because we share melanin. But nobody's saying anything. But they want to talk about these old dumbass celebrities that want you to keep spending your money with them to keep them lined up and rich and not let you be collective with your brethren and sisterin that look like me. Hey now, you're an all-star. Now, I shared a video on my community tab yesterday with Ricky Mann saying why he stands with Russia. Now, I'm not, as I said, I'm not standing with anybody. I'm standing with this. That's what I stand with. I'm standing with that. He made some very valid points on his stance. He was very staunch about that. Go check it out. Check it out. But you black folks who want to be liberals and thinking, listen, now you all know I quote Malcolm X all the time. You are not going to talk to me about being liberal when liberalism is destroying the black family. See, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. Because so you folk love to be liberals and all this because you think that you get... No. Malcolm X told you the most dangerous person on the planet is a damn liberal. But you need to keep your ass at home. You need to keep your third eye open. Because some of you folks are so brain dead, you don't even see what the play is here. Let me tell you something. Whenever you have a man, and I'm speaking not in terms of sexes, they could be male or female, that is not afraid to die, you need to be keeping your eyes wide open. Whenever you encounter a man and every action they talk about, they keep their promise, you need to be keeping an eye out. Meaning their word is their bond. They're never going to break their ends. They're never going to break their ties. So you all have to do your part. But you damn sure need to keep your ass at home. Now I'm getting ready to go in here and read some of these comments. I know I haven't been on in a while. I'll give you an hour of my time. Let's see what you have said. Let's see what we got here. Let me go in here and see. Okay, here we go. We got Mad Capper. Hello. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to see. Let's see. Okay, there was T. Rich. We have Penelope. People says Lizzabitty tuning in from Western Europe. Many of the people don't get the message. White is right. This thought is before colonialism. Yes, we are. Hello, my brother XDMC in the place to be. How are you? Crypto League. Did you ask about what Stalin said? No, I didn't ask about that. Crypto League said there are no prisoners of war, only traitors to the homeland. hey, I just talked about patriotism, Crypto League. You got to be a patriot. Even if, listen, think of this. It doesn't matter what kind of ruler these countries have. If you have an indoctrination of patriotism, the people are going to be patriots for that food. Because the Americans are a patriot for the food that they got in office right now. Liberal that black folks love. Don't get me started. Okay, XDMC says we need a t-shirt. Oh, that's this. Keep your ass. Yes, bro. Yes, you need to keep your ass for real. Because they are thinking that the man's ice is colder. When his temperature setting is on 30 and mine is as well. But this is colder than mine. So you bypass me, even though you gotta walk by me and go over there to him. Yeah. Oh, yes. Crypto Lead says DRC is still hurting. DC says the African students didn't get the memo. But listen. DC. They have access to social media like the rest of us. I'm not going. Keep your ass at home. I'm not going. Keep your ass at home. It's as simple as 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Now let's see here. Yeah, I'm not going with that. Conversation. Hello, my darling. Yes, it has been a long time. XDM says, be rather liberal. Malcolm has been one of us, as I said to you, my brother. Most of us, our parents have done us a disservice because they were hoodwinked by that liberal. And instead of them following Malcolm, we already know who they was following. But then when they followed him, and when he got wise, it was too late. No. James Earl Mones. Hello, my brother. How are you? Thank you. Nice to see you here as well. Mr. Untouchable. How are you doing? I hope you got your divorce papers. For those of you who tuning in, I have divorced this man, okay? Listen. I'm caught up now. But all of this mess that's going on, this is not what you think it is. So I gave you some pointers here. One of the first things I said when I started this live was that if you can get your hands on World Book or Encyclopedia Britannica from the late 70s going into about 1989, do not buy these new encyclopedias. They've changed the information on you. Go get you a set of those and keep it and never sell it. Mm-hmm. Number 2 was keep your ass at home. Stay at home. Build up your homeland. And stop thinking the man's ice down 4 blocks after you pass my shop is colder than mine. We got the same freezers. It's not colder. And we have to do better. We need to be more collective. You all know I preach collectivism and supporting your community. But you cannot, because you're too busy thinking that the one down the block is better. Now listen here. Why would you divorce a winning ticket? You Texas women are smarter than that. Oh, you the winning ticket, Mr. Untouchable? Are you the winning ticket? Really? Are you the winning ticket? You're hilarious. You are hilarious. For those of you who are coming in, didn't catch the beginning, I did give an update as to why I have been gone and all of that stuff. But we need to do better. We need more YouTubers who are into international relations, digging deep, doing the deep dive with the real. Not this play stuff that's in the media and got you discombobulated. Do better. I'm gonna try to do better. I know I've said that before, but don't charge it to my head, charge it to my heart. As I said, I've had some personal tragedies here the last few months, and it has been trying to say the least. Yeah. Listen, look at this. I miss seeing you, dear wife. Oh mine, glad you back. Only for a minute. You have to catch. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Untouchable. You're gonna have to catch the beginning. I am taking care of some stuff professionally, and it is requiring. I can't be distracted a lot. So once I finish that, I'm hoping I'll be finished within the next 3 weeks. That's what I'm hoping, and that all goes well. So that's what I'm hoping. And then after that, I'll be able to have me a case of beer and be chilling. Yes. So, yeah. So that's one reason I was saying as well. I had to go to the States. So, but I need for my people to stop being divisive. I need for you folk who don't agree with this one over here, over there, stop with all that mess. We have to get to the business, and all this division does not get us to the business. It doesn't get us to the business, because at the end of the day, we all we got. Now, some of you folk I don't want. I just told you, you may be part of that 10% population that we just, what Dessalines said we need to do with you. You all need to do that for your own communities. And until you do that, we're going to continuously be behind the 8 ball. If you shoot pool, you know what that means. You're going to always be behind the 8 ball. Now, other than that, how have you folks been? How have you folks been? I have been okay. I said I've been okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Miss T-versation. The problem is that, see, as I said, we like a lot of shiny shit. That shiny shit gets us distracted. Like somebody will catch us and watch the replay, they be like, "Oh, she knows she can't see. Those glasses are this, or that jewelry is this, or her nails are too long, or..." And these are my nails. It'd be some mess. It would be some mess. We get easily distracted by minutia that does not matter about the real that's going on. When we need to be collective and strategic about supporting our communities. This is why we're in peril. We're in peril because of that, and as well as you folks that love being liberals. This is why we're in trouble. You folk like being liberals, and all of the agendas that the liberals are putting on you is the desecration of the black family. But yet you want to leave your homeland because the man down the street ice is colder, but my shop is right here. Stay your ass at home. Stay your ass at home. Seek out these higher eds that are on the continent. But stay at home. I recognize that we're mentally sick. Some of you folk need some therapy. But because you're so indoctrinated into some religion, you're going to go to the man versus going to the therapist. See how that works? Child. But you all do not like that type of teaching. You get offended when people say stuff like that. You get offended by stuff like that. You want to take your problems over here where they won't get solved, but you keep giving out your lijon instead of fixing yourself for real. Handle your business and stay your ass at home. My brother Go Black, how are you doing, brother? South Africans and Nigerians, and you realize they are looked upon as dirt. Now they want to stand together as one, which we need to understand. We have to understand that we are Africans first, but also understand we don't have any friends. Dr. John Henry Clark, that's why the thumbnail is like, we have no friends. We are the friends of one another. And the moment we get clear about that, all that other stuff, I won't even have to say, I'm African. The moment we realize that we have no one but one another, that's it, that's all. Because even saying that, a lot of times, I don't know when you came in, a lot of us want to be divided on this other mess. Well, he from over there and she from over here and you from over there, and get to the business to get to the business. To get to the business. Put those titles on after you get to the business. I don't know what we don't understand about that. I have no idea. Okay? Crypto Lisa Dessalines. Oh, I heard wrong. Not sure people are ready for that type of... That's what it is, though. That's what it is, though. They are not ready for that, Crypto Lisa. They are not. But that 10%, it is what it is. See, you have to think of them like a parasitic form of cancer. And the only way to stop it from spreading is to hit that main valve. So if you keep letting it go, how are you going to mitigate it? You can't. Cut off the supply. It is what it is. No, people don't like to hear that kind of talk because they like to live in dreams of illusions instead of being honest about reality. Yes. Miss T says, she says, these titles cause nothing but division. Exactly. That is all it causes. We are to be a patriot for this beautiful black skin, honey, this beautiful melanin nation, and keep your ass at home. Be a patriot for your homeland. Stop going elsewhere, being patriots for other folks. Who coined the phrase, your ninja wake-up call? I don't remember who said that first, but then it became a thing and people would say it all the time. But that's what's happening at that border. People are getting their ninja wake-up call. So while you're being divisive, because you're this and you're that and you're that, we have a commonality. We have a commonality. And this is beautiful melanin, baby. And you all need to get on board with the melanin nation. Now, if that's Pan-Africanism, it is what it is. I'm telling you to get on board with the melanin nation. Support your communities. Be a patriot for your homeland. Figure out these schools on the continent that are viable sources for you to get higher education. And stop leaving your damn country. Stop leaving your land. And to get the man down the street got the ice that's colder. Now that's facts. That's law. I'm not telling you anything that you haven't heard before. The problem is that you have not allowed it to permeate or to penetrate your frontal lobe. Some of you all have heard this before, but you don't believe in that. But what you're seeing now, oh, you are getting a mighty, mighty, mighty lesson. A mighty, mighty lesson. Yeah. Do better. Enact change in your homeland. How can you enact change if all you do is run away in that regard? Because the man down the street's ice is cold. And he got a 30% markup on
You know what I find interesting? No, I'll say that for another one because I can go in on that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save and savor that one. But we as a cultural unit must do better. Must. This is why we're consistently in peril. And we have all of these great black historians and philosophers that have come down through the ages who have been telling you this stuff from long ago. And you ignore what they say for whatever reasons. For whatever reasons. You've been hoodwinked for whatever reasons. And now it's coming full circle. And since we are on the brink of WW Trey, because make no mistake, that dude over there, he is with the shits. We're on the brink of WW3. So while you folk around here playing, thinking that this doesn't affect you, and it does, we're talking about lines of supply being disrupted. I've been waiting on something since freaking December, still being held up. Supply chain affects everybody, baby. So while you saying that you, however, it's affecting us, but you have no business. If you are of melanated descent, you have no business. Because the same folk who were in the business, you were not in the business when all these other melanated nations had these intruders coming in, and your behind was not saying anything about that. So you dead wrong. But some of us are. And so we do stuff like that because we're traders and we think that that's cute. It's not cute being a trader. It's not cute with you doing all this crap against your fellow man because you're going to get you a little bit more ice than I have in my cup. Keep your ass at home. Some of the pains that we as black people go through, we would not be experiencing it if some of you folks would keep your ass at home. That's real. That's real talk. That's real talk. Now, I don't care if you agree with me or not. I really don't. Bumping your head on the left and the right side, thinking that you're going to get a different outcome, and you still don't have brain damage. So keep thinking the way that you think, and let the brain damage permeate. Because obviously that's what you like. See, that's what you like. Yeah. So keep doing the same thing, thinking you're going to get a different outcome. You're not. It's time for us to get serious and be real. Stop being divisive and pitting black Americans against continental Africans and all this foolishness. That all that's doing is impeding progress. And get to the main thing. Collectivism. Our communities. All right. I've been on 51 minutes. Let me go over here and see if I got any notes. Let's see if I had anybody. Oh, Crypto Lee says Paul Mooney. Maybe so. Maybe Crypto Lee, he did say that. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Kiki Jefferson says, yep, hanging with the wrong friends and neighbor will end your life. Baby, we want acceptance. Well, I don't. I only want to be accepted by some fine black men. But that's just me. Okay? Now you know. Okay. James Earl said, thank you. We need allies, right? But that's what we need. We have got, but we need that all the whole time. But James Earl Jones, we have really got to get to a point to understand. It's kind of like hey, we all we got. We don't have any friends. We need to be allies with one another. But we are on a bunch of debate time right now, James Earl Jones, is that a lot of people are getting chin checked because they walked behind down the street to Joe's and thought that Joe was going to do whatever, and Joe done turned his back on him. Now they skipped you and I, but they went on down to Joe's, and now you getting chin checked. At home. See, if you had kept your ass at home, you really wouldn't be experiencing what you are experiencing, and you may not like it, but it is what it is. This is a time for you to do a recall, do some self-reflection, and say to myself, I need to do better for me, for my family, for the black people all around me. Getting yourself some self-reflection and make it right. James Earl Jones says, Joe looking out for him. Exactly. Exactly. But we over here playing. Now they went and bypassed you and I and hit Joe up, and we over here doing It is so I will leave you with that. And for those of you who would catch the replay, I don't care if you agree with me or not. One thing about Lizzabitty is that I am going to speak the truth whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not. I'm the truth teller. You don't have to agree with it. But am I right or am I wrong? See, make your definition about which side you are on based on am I right or wrong. Not because you don't like what I'm saying. If she's speaking truth. And likely because I'm still so stupid, I'm going to keep following and go on down here to Joe's. And keep watching the black family dissolve. You know, I have a newspaper here. I showed it, I want to say about a month or 2 months ago on Lance's channel, that I have been carrying with me. Now, the newspaper is almost 3 years old. Why do I carry this newspaper? I carry this newspaper because for the first time since I have been coming to this particular region, and as I said to you, I've been coming here 16, I guess it's going to 17 years now. On the front cover of the newspaper is a black family, a black man, a black woman, and their 2 black children on the front page. Now, what I want you to do, wherever you are, go look today in all these prominent newspapers outlets that you have. I want you to tell me which newspaper that you're going to pull out today that has a black man, the black woman, and their little black babies on the front cover. And not talking derogatory about them in a positive light. I have to carry that with me. The same way I mentioned to you about these encyclopedias. Because at some point, that's never going to happen again. It's already few and far between now. I mean, when I saw that, I got so ecstatic like a little kid with a new pair of shoes. So same thing. That's a small win for me personally. Excuse me, considering what's happening in our time right now. So you're going to go home and you find one. And then you come and tell me if they're destroying the black family or not, because you're not going to be able to find that. Especially in the West. I'm already knowing. Now I'm going to read some of these comments before I sayonara. Kiki Jefferson says, can black women take accountability about domestic violence by cutting off when it starts with... that is not our topic, Kiki. Rasheen Davis, what's up? Hi, Elizabeth in chat. Keep that real truth in talk. Real truth, and I love it. They trying to live for everyone and kill us off. We are being deceived and misled. The people stand up, fight black love. James, I am holding on to my 1984. Please do. And you know what's going to happen? I don't know what your genealogy line is, James or Ramon, in terms of how long people in your family line live. But let's you turn 75 and you go the times of 75 versus what you see there. You see how all this mess, how they have twisted and changed. Nope. So if you got that, oh, you on the right. You can still find some. You can still find some of them, like at these vintage sales and things like that. They may be even a bit more pricier than it would if you had bought an entire set back then. Because I want to say a set back then used to run a family like $5 or $6 grand. I want to say that. Miss Cheever says, oh, that would be hard to find. There's nothing positive shared in it. That's my point. And that's why I'm going to keep that newspaper until the day I leave planet Earth. You were absolutely correct. And that is why I am keeping it. James Earl say we live to be 80 and 90. Okay. Oh, yes. Even at estate sales. Totally. But the prices, oh my goodness. The prices. James says, this is how much my dad paid. Yes. $5-6 grand. They were pricey. And when you look, someone sent me a job for it was operations, I want to say operations manager for McGraw-Hill. Now, McGraw-Hill does school textbooks. So I'm reading this, okay? Now I'm saying to myself, I'm already personally at times conflicted in my current slot, okay? I know the mess that McGraw-Hill has done when it comes to government books and books with historical facts in them. As you know, I used to be a former school teacher. I'm thinking to myself, they'll fire me on the second day. Okay? I will be fired on the second day. This particular position, a person was supposed to go in here. You basically are doing like edits and making sure that like dates and times match up. Like you have to do like a date and time matrix to go back and make sure that the stuff is linear. Like it has to match up. Could you imagine? Listen, I know who I am. I'm very clear-minded about that. And since I'm like the black Norma Ray, yeah, that dog won't hunt at all. At all. James Ramon says, oh, okay, so you working. Baby, you got a serious job, James. That's serious. Serious. I wouldn't be able to keep my mouth shut. I'm telling you, they would have fired me on day 2. Day 2. I'm going to wreak all kinds of havoc. Right here today's blessed. Thank you. Okay, so we have been on for an hour. I am going to go. It is almost 9 p.m. here. I need to retire to get myself ready. Back on my program for studying. Thank you guys for tuning in. Those of you who catch the replay, peace. I'll try to come back on. I came on for 2 minutes last night. They were supposed to have Earth, Wind, and Fire up the way here. They turned out to be an absolute mess. Anyway, I'll try. Don't hold it to my heart. Hold it to other things. Peace. Lizzabitty is out. Thank you.